let's go quickly back in time. If Germany had invaded Italy in 1939, what would the world have done? Because that's exactly kind of what's happened here in a modern sense. One really bad person has invaded another really bad person's country, and we're picking sides as if there isn't always two sides to every story, and there isn't always good and evil. These are two really bad places with really bad people.
It has been exactly 1 year since Russia unilaterally invaded Ukraine, and despite the passage of that year and everything we've seen since then, Curt Schilling there has no idea who's to blame, who's responsible. They're all bad. I mean, who is to say? And he would know. He was, after all, once a baseball pro, and now he's a right-wing guy on the internet. So anyway, not only is he not sure who's to blame, if anyone, they're all bad, equally culpable. He also believes at the same time that the Republican Party is the party of peace. Take a look.
I'm offended that these people on the left are talking to us as if we're as stupid as we know they are. I have a son who's about to graduate and become a United States Marine. I've always been invested in our military. I love our military, but I'm wondering if we're not finally realizing that the left is the side of conflict, confrontation, and war that they claim the right has always been.
This is, by the way, we appreciate you being with us.
Nothing I love more than being attacked every day for literally years for calling for less nation building, less money being spent needlessly on our military here in the US, and then also being told that we constantly love conflict. Sean Hannity this week was saying that Ukraine is just another one of the endless democratic wars, and he's doing that to play into lingering resentment that a lot of people have over the long time that the US spent in Iraq and Afghanistan. Two wars that there's a few notable things about. You should know, one, Sean Hannity approved of those wars literally every day as years and years and years went by. Also, they were started by Republicans. And by the way, Donald Trump, he was in office as those continued. We left his term with those wars still going on. And when Biden ended one of the wars, they attacked him and continued until this day. So I understand that they've watched people criticizing war for a long time and seen that that's a popular position, and thus they want it, but they just can't sell it.
Yeah, so we're gonna tell you how the war is actually going in a minute, but I love that short little clip. I like the part where he starts out with the left thinks we're stupid, as they actually are. Okay,
persuasive.
Wait, are you feeling offended that we don't think that you're that bright when you say the same thing about us? You said it for 20, 40 years, right? Growing up, all the right ever did. Oh yeah, just soft-hearted liberals don't know nothing. Thoughts in their head. Now you're offended. Right? And he's like, I don't know. They say that we start they're the ones who like the wars. Really? Was George W. Bush and Dick Cheney, were they Democrats? No, there's a reason why people think the Republicans start wars. Because Republicans start wars. That's a fact. Now, there's plenty of culpability on the Democrat again. Biden, Hillary Clinton, John Kerry, they all voted for the Iraq war. But unlike Fox News and Curt Schilling, we're not biased. We hate that they voted for the war that the Republicans started. So if you want to say they're all guilty, I'm happy to say they're all guilty. Of course, you'll never hear that on Fox News. Well, they'll pretend, oh, the Republicans, I don't know what war you're talking about. But overall, I love that they brought this knucklehead in. Well, maybe literally, given that he's a pitcher. to be their foreign policy expert on this. Okay, look, this guy, if you don't know what kind of a moron he is, he of course believes in QAnon. So I don't know who he thinks are the satanic pedophiles, the Ukrainians, the Russians, both, etc., and what other conspiracies might be out there. He indicated that he might think that Sandy Hook was a hoax, etc. So just total, loon. Like belongs way more in an insane asylum than he does on television or the Hall of Fame or anywhere else, right? But to be fair to him, his sage analysis in this war was, they're both really bad places with really bad people. Really? All of the Ukrainian people are really bad? All of the Russian people are really bad? Russia's a really bad place and Ukraine's a really bad place? That's your trenchant observations about this war. Wow, I'm glad they brought him on as an expert.
When he talks about the Ukraine being, let's just say hypothetically, it's a place with really bad people, who is he referring to?
I have no idea.
Zelensky, they certainly believe a lot of things about Zelensky.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, listen, I play a doctor on Yellowstone, so I really have no business talking about it either. But
first of all, anything related to Yellowstone, because of the co-host of the show regularly, Anna Kasparian, you will get a pass. She's such a giant fan of that show. You are now officially a foreign policy expert for being on that show.
I know, and I know Kevin so well, and I know his anatomy so well. I was telling Kate Patino if Anna knew how much how I felt him up for scene after scene after scene. I've told him to get his clothes off and shut up and get in bed. I mean, if you listen to the audio, it's some of the sexiest television ever. But I mean, when you see me then, and I did operate on his brain and his heart. I don't want to do any spoilers here, but I'm sorry Anna's not here for me to just rub it in a little bit. But the question I had too, did Sean Hannity have a live TV audience now?
He sometimes does.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah, I don't know where he's doing that show from, but apparently they love the idea that Ukraine has really bad people.
It's like an applause line.
That is pretty crazy.
Okay.
Yeah. We're in such a weird position. Like obviously we're critics of the war, have been from the beginning, but like how many times, if you had to guess, have we said that we don't think that this insane, barbaric, needless war should change the way that you view regular Russian people?
Yeah, we've said it dozens of times.
Yeah. Why? Why do we bother with this nuance or understanding or empathy? It's way more fun to just be like, well, everybody's bad. So I guess if they want to kill hundreds of thousands of civilians, whatever, what are you gonna do? Anyway, look, some of you in the audience might be wondering, what does it matter that Curt Schilling believes that, or believes that Sandy Hook is a hoax, or that the 2020 election was stolen, or that the COVID-19 vaccine is a hoax that's killing people, or has allegedly advocated lynching journalists? Well, he was brought on to Fox News. He's given a job by Fox News, actually. Fox Corp's sports property Outkick has hired him as a host as well, despite all of these incredibly reprehensible beliefs that he not only holds, that would be bad enough, but that he uses the platforms that people unwisely give him to spread. So Fox is, and by the way, we're just in the aftermath of finding out what Fox really thinks about some of these things, including the election conspiracy theories that Curt Schilling is spreading. That we know that they don't actually believe that stuff. They're just doing, they're just talking about it to appeal to his base. So I guess hiring Curt Schilling is a great way to do that. Hire some crazy person that every single one of your hosts and executives and producers is gonna look down on and is gonna see as the loon that we do, but pretend that they don't. They just put him on the air and then maybe the Trump fans will like them again.
Yeah, sounds about right. I think that's their business plan. And I mean, to Brian's point, the audience did kind of love it. They're like, oh, former baseball player says hate everybody in Ukraine, yahoo! And by the way, that is how the right-wing mind works, right? They think people in other places that I'm not familiar with are really bad. We must protect against the really bad people in foreign lands. Here at the Young Turks, we do our best to bring you the most essential news stories of the day, but we can't cover everything in a 2-hour show. And for the rest, I recommend Ground News. Founded by a former NASA scientist, Ground News uses a revolutionary system that analyzes where the news is coming from and gives you complete transparency on the potential biases these sources may have. That way, you can read between the lines of media bias and break free from the corporate media agenda. In arming you with the context and transparency, you'll have everything you need to think critically about the news and build responsible media literacy for yourself and others. With Ground News, you're not just mindlessly consuming the media, you're part of a movement that is working to hold them accountable and get straight to the facts. Break through the filter bubbles, the propaganda, and the bias, and subscribe to Ground News today.